Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the second day of 2019. Hope your New Year's went well. I am headed to work, and I've got a new outlook on this year. So just roll with it. That's all you can do. Just roll with it. Try bucking it or pushing it or shoving it or trying to make things happen when it's out of your control. Can't do it. You just end up having a stressful life. So all you can do is roll with it. So yeah. Talking to my boys, my son's ex-girlfriend last night. She came in. She was hanging out with us for a while, and she had a good view on life. You just roll with it. There's literally nothing you can do when things are out of your power. You know, you do what you can do, and that's all you can do. You just do your best, and when parts come down through the pipeline, they come down, you know. Until then, it's out of your control. You can't do anything. And talking about work-related stuff, you know. There's a lot of parts that we don't have the pieces to. And stressing over it is not really my problem. It's not in my control. So, anyway. Okay, moving on. The Birdbox. The sensation that's sweeping the nation. I don't know. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching this movie, you know. It was okay. I did skip over probably a part or two because I did need at least 4 hours sleep today. Thank you. I'd say its predecessor, A Quiet Place, of course. That's the comparison to go to. Was probably better. Certainly shot better. More movie-esque, you know. This is a little low-budget Netflix thing, which low budget being, you know, the usual $50 million to make a show, or whatever it is, $20 to $50 million. So, it was okay, it wasn't bad. I mean, Sandra Bullock did great. You know, the little kiddos were cute, I guess. They didn't really have much to say. But, I don't know, as far as the plot goes. So, this is one of those movies where the character doesn't know what the heck's going on. And we're pretty much watching the whole movie POV out of the character's eyes. You know, they don't know what's going on, so we don't know what's going on. And at the very end, last scene of the movie, we still don't know what's going on. So, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen this movie, stop this now, because I'm just about to ruin the ending. So, the ending of this movie. Stop the tape! Yeah, so she ends up in a school for the blind. Okay, I saw that coming, pardon the pun. I did see it coming. I'm like, okay, where could she possibly end up? Oh, school for the blind. You know, the blind people will rule the world. I don't know. Did a blind person write this story? It's a weird. I wouldn't call it a plot twist. It's obvious. It's like, anyway. So, what does that mean though? Now you have 50 people in the school for the blind. She has a little courtyard now. Her children can finally look at trees because they've never looked outside because they'll die on the spot. These little demon harpy things, well, they're everywhere. And they'll zap you, make you kill yourself, or turn you into a zombie slave, which is kind of unclear. I probably skipped over that part, how they explain that. So basically, in this world of Birdbox, birds chirp and freak out when the creatures are around. I think they explain them basically as demons. So they're demons that Medusa you. I guess their power is to make you suicidal. Instead of turning you to stone, you jump off a cliff. Same difference, I guess, at the end of the day. You die. But some people, the chosen few, become zombie-esque followers. So are they zealots before they see the demon creatures? And it golden eyes them, gives them that little glaze when they've been exposed to the demon thing, which basically is a big gust of wind that can knock down trees, thank you, and possess people to be their slaves or convince them to kill themselves. It's a strange power, but whatever. But they can knock trees down as they pursue you through the forest. They're invisible. Birds are scared of them. Yet they can't reach over and take your blindfold off or crush you with said tree that they're knocking down. It's a weird thing. It's like invisible T-Rexes pursuing you, and when you watch them, you die. I don't get it. It's weird. Kind of like sloppy riding, but hey, this isn't a full review. I missed the core 20 minutes. I kind of like jumped around, so I'm sure they explained a little bit in 20 minutes. So, yeah. So this movie ends with her going into a school for the blind. Like, oh, here's a solution. It's like, what solution? How are they feeding 50 people? Where are 50 people using the toilet? Where are these toilets flushing to? Where are they getting food? Now she's in a pool of poor people that can't even fend for themselves. Now she's got to fend for her children and 50 blind people. That wasn't much of a happy ending, okay? I mean, I'm sure they got a few cans in storage at the school, but that's going to be gone in about a week. So, I don't know. This movie is just all over the place. This movie is about as logical as, what was that movie where Tom Hanks' son went underground? Oh, and they're eating canned food for 20 generations underground. It's like, I'd like to do the math and see just how big a storage space that would have required for a community of a couple hundred people to live off of canned food and mushrooms growing out of the ceiling of a cave. Yeah, it's like, whatever. Reality, take a back seat. So, I don't know if I need to be a tight shot. Yeah, there you go. I think I'm better in a wide shot. My tired, grumpy butt, sleepy butt, not too grumpy, had my coffee, brain juices are flowing. So, yeah, it's fun stuff. But anyway, yeah, Birdbox, I don't know. I'd give it one thumb sideways. It had some tense moments, a couple nail-biting scenes. When they're driving over dead people to get to the supermarket, only by GPS. I personally don't think they could have made it out of the driveway, but hey, it's a movie. Suspension of disbelief and all that. We're going to drive through the apocalypse, a half a mile, with 4 turns, through dead bodies and crashed cars on the street. Okay, if the street was wide open and clear, they couldn't have pulled this one off. GPS does not tell you to turn left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right as you're trying to creep over bodies, okay? If it does, I want that GPS on my phone, okay? So, yeah, that was a little weird, but that's a good tense scene. It's like, this is crazy! Those kind of moments are kind of fun in movies, but when you do like 10 of those, it's like, okay, this is just one from fun to dumb. So, yeah, convenient logic, and that gets a little tiresome. I consider that sloppy writing. But hey, what do I know? I talk about making movies. These people are making movies. So maybe I need to quit talking and go make a dang movie. So got a bunch of new lights and stuff. I got a huge 2500 lumen light from Walmart. $30 light, okay? Big old square panel. It's got little feet. You pop it up wherever you want, hit the ceiling with it, instantly makes a room twice as bright. I love it. Now, if you want to, pound somebody in the face with the thing, you'd probably go outside because you're not going to use that inside. It just looks too dramatic. But you could easily bounce it into a card right next to someone. It look like $1 million. The color is beautiful. It's a nice creamy, whitey, slight bit of daylight, just the tiniest bit. It's a nice color for LED. It's not that pukish pink or pukish green that you see in so much LED lighting, some cheap LED lighting, mostly Dollar Tree lights. Those are garbage. You get like this sickly hue, and I'll just stay away from the Dollar Tree lights. No good. No bueno. So yeah, so that's been fun. My little girl and I have been doing stop motion. I might post the one we did last night. Pretty fun. Little claymation thing. She is so good. My munchkin. She is like lapping me artistically. I like to think I'm artistic. She is just like taking the ball and running with it. My girl. It'd be so fun to make like a Latka Studios with us, like people do Coraline, Kubo 2 strings and all that stuff, just like a stop motion thing. She's got more patience than me. We did like 140 frames last night. I'm like, are we done yet? I was just on camera. So a fun little stop motion program for my camera. Still playing around with the camera here, seeing what kind of potential it's got. I still haven't found a good video stabilizer. They're all after the fact. You import in your video clip and it stabilizes it. And it looks like poop. You know, of course, it's always one of those deals where you see the black edges doing this number while the center stays true, which is okay. But then you got to import that, zoom in and crop. So it's like, can't they just do this? You know, it's like, I mean, I know for $1,000 I could get an iPhone to do it, but it's like, I only had $130. But this camera takes awesome video. Don't I look awesome? And I love it. I love this little camera. For $130, no complaints. No complaints. The annoying thing is, I think I told you guys, for $100 more, could have got the Stylo 4 Plus, which is bizarre. So I go to Boost. I'm a booster. And you go to it, so I'm like, hey, I see you have a Stylo 4 here. Do y'all have a Stylo 4 Plus? Y'all, because I'm from the South. Do y'all have a Stylo 4 Plus that I could demo? Can I take a look at it and see the differences? What do you mean? The Stylo 4 Plus. I've never heard of that. I'm like, you sell the Stylo 4. You don't know about the Stylo 4 Plus? Look up Stylo 4 anywhere on the interweb, and the option is going to be, do you want the 4 or the 4 Plus? The 4 Plus has a gig extra RAM, more camera settings, and a better speaker. Because this speaker's not the greatest speaker in the world, but headsets, it's fine. In a quiet room, it's fine. You're not going to be blowing eardrums out with this thing. For $130, guess what? I'm fine. So yeah, apparently it's got a mo better speaker system. So it sounds better. But anyway, that's the 4 Plus. $100 more for a slightly better speaker and 1 more gig of RAM. The thing that really had me though was the additional camera settings. There's something called Video Enhancer. I'm not exactly sure what that's doing. I read into that as if it's a stabilizer. I'm gonna look in that more today, but if it's significantly better than this, I mean, if it actually stabilized, I'd say it's worth $100. You get a gig more RAM and it's the video stabilization, do it if you plan on shooting anything with this camera, other than lockdown camera vlogs, which I plan on doing more with. You know, it's convenient to do stop motion with. It takes great pictures. Full res HD, I mean, looks good. You know, you get the character close enough to the foreground, you get the background go soft, it looks kind of cool. But you do have to, you know, watch your focus, of course, when you're in macro mode. But it's a cool camera. You know, I bought my Rebel T5 specifically for a stop motion project I never really finished. And I started building this like haunted house. It was kind of like a monster house scene. I wanted to do this scene where these two kids walk up to this monster house and they get in there and, you know, whatever. Door opens up and 2 big hands grab and pulls them in kind of thing, you know. Oh, someone won the Powerball. I've got my 2 tickets. I got to check to see if it was me. Or Mega Millions rather. What was it, 500 mil? So, yeah. So yeah, I didn't finish that project, so I might take the house back. It's been at the where I work. Left it up in the attic somewhere where I work. And I blew all the dust off. It looks pretty cool. It's a neat little house. So my little girl wants to finish it, and we'll deck it out, paint it, and then put characters in front of it, put some lights in the windows and stuff, and put some trees up from Dollar Tree, little prop trees here and there. Fun stuff. It's fun building little worlds. And it's kind of like Tim Burton dollhouse. So, yeah, that's fun. So we're going to tinker around stop motion a little more. But really need an armature. And I've got to look. I keep looking at these videos, how they make like Coraline characters and stuff. And it's like this skeleton. They make a mold. It's initially sculpted out of clay. Then they make a mold. And they fill the mold with like a foam rubber, like a foam rubber kind of thing. But it's like a solid foam. It's not like super squishy, and it's cool, and it's amazing how modular everything is. You know, like the little fingers are made out of wire, and when the fingers break, they snap off a hand, put another one on. You know, they got hundreds of these little hands, and it is mind-numbing to see how much work goes into these movies. Like Kubo 2 Strings, they spent $60 million, that's what it was. $60 million on the budget to make Kubo 2 Strings. And cool stop motion movie. You should see it if you haven't seen it yet. And It made 75 million. So, heck, 15 million, I'll consider that a loss. If that's beyond expenses, that's good money. You know, you go out and try to make $15 million this year. You know, it's like, that's good money. You know, I mean, it's no Avengers blockbuster making, you know, they spend $500 million and they make $3 billion. You know, it's no Avengers, but, you know, these are guys in a studio moving things around for a year and a half to get, you know, one little scene of animation. You know, these people are crazy. And the work they put behind these things, they are nuts. I mean, nuts. It's just crazy. You know, they have water and clouds. It's really weird. It's like this purest view they have from Latka is, it's all stop motion, even though water's stop motion. Yeah, they take that, then they layer 3D animation over it and smooth it out with 3D animation. And they cover up seams on the faces, because, you know, every facial expression, it's got to be a different snap-on face. They're crazy. Every time they say a word, they got to snap on this face. They have hundreds of faces. Like with Coraline, they snap on the mouth as it moves, opens and closes for syllables. You people are crazy. You know, you could just as easily have a smooth face and then animated a mouth over it. But no, y'all want to do it this way. So they still have to go in frame for frame for frame, fill in the seam, okay? Probably enhance it a little bit more with a little After Effects, like a cheek smear or something, or a distortion, you know? I don't understand it. It's like, if you're using computer animation for 75% of your movie, just computer animate the dang thing, which at the end of the day, I don't think it's any cheaper. I mean, real computer animation, you got to pay for it. That's some talented people working hard too. People like to throw away computer animation, like, oh, it's easy, it's just computer animated. I'm like, you go try to make anything look like anything with computer animation, okay? That's a career, thank you, you know? And do you see the amount of people it takes to do it? Look at any Avengers movie. There's about 25 minutes of endless animators' names. Each one of those people probably make $50,000 to $60,000 a year. You know, I mean, it takes some energy, people, effort, and time to do this stuff. You know, it's just, I don't know. No movie making is cheap. You know, every blue moon there's a fluke. You know, Blair Witch. They spent $10, and they make. You know, spend $10 on the movie and they make $20 million. Like, yeah, that's 1 out of 100. So, yeah. Anyway, nice foggy morning. What a weird week. It's been misty, foggy, and rainy, but not painfully cold, just kind of cool. But for the last, like, week, it's like the mist. We're living in Stephen King's Mist right now, you know? And it's like, I'm waiting for giant creatures to come tearing out of this fog. You know, it's like, it's surreal how funky the weather is. So anyway, yep, that's my message for the new year. Roll with it. Always say I'm a leaf in the river, but this year I'm practicing that. That is my goal. I am literally going to work hard, put my 8 hours in, and try to be passionate about everything, you know, try to keep that energy and enthusiasm involved in my projects, do the best I can, and then go home. It's out of my hands, you know. There's only so much you can do, you know. How much blood can you get from a turnip, you know? And stressing over it is just counterproductive, you know. It's making me gray. Which, since the moment I've been, you know, the mention of this new project, you know, has been in my life, I think I've grayed 3 times as fast. Now, could be because I'm 46. Nah, that had nothing to do with it. I want my, you know, what is the guy's name from Fantastic Four? You know, my little gray band there, which never went beyond that on him. But for me, I think I'm going full gray in the next year. Oh well.